everyone, this is Manali Raj. Welcome to the CSE Relay News Bulletin presented by Chanakya IAS Academy, Patna. In this segment, we demonstrate about the daily important highlights from the perspective of our civil services examination. Let us have a brief overview of today's headlines. India offers to host 2028 climate meet. UAE announces $30 billion fund to catalyze private sector climate investments. World Bank recalls paper on decline in toilet usage in India. Prime Minister meets Israel President, calls for durable resolution of Palestinian issue. Manufacturing PMI rebounds in November. Moving into the details of the news, Prime Minister in his address at Conference of Party 28 offered to host the 33rd edition of the annual summit due in 2028 in India. He said that developed countries ought to be vacating the carbon space before 2050 and made a pitch for countries to join India on its Green Credit Initiative, which was a non-commercial effort to create a carbon sink. A proposal to host the Conference of Parties must be approved by other signatories to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change. India had previously hosted the summit in 2002. The United Arab Emirates, host of Conference of Party 28, announced a $30 billion commitment to an investment fund called Altera. The privately managed fund aims to mobilize $250 billion globally by 2030 and be the largest of its kind geared towards climate investments and transform emerging markets and developing economies. From the initial tranche, an unspecified amount has been earmarked for the development of over 6 GW of new clean energy capacity in India. This includes establishing 1,200 MW of wind and solar projects that will begin producing clean power by 2025. Altera has been established by Lunate, an independent global investment manager, and is domiciled in the Abu Dhabi global market. Weeks after the World Bank published a departmental working paper highlighting the most concerning trend of toilet usage declining in rural India since 2018, despite early gains of Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin. It has recalled this paper and two others pending an internal review, while insisting that the paper had not gone through the required approvals internally before being published on the website. The paper titled Progress on Sanitation in Rural India, Reconciling Diverse Evidence, concluded that despite breathtaking gains in increasing toilet usage had been going down in rural India since 2018, with the largest drop in usage reported among the people of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe communities. Amid reports of being under pressure from the government, World Bank said there were technical and procedural issues with the paper's clearance. In his first in-person meeting with the Israeli leadership since the October 7 terror attacks, Prime Minister expressed condolences over the lives lost during a bilateral meeting with the Israel's president on the sidelines of the UN's Conference of Party 28 Climate Summit in Dubai. The meeting came hours after Israel announced a resumption of hostilities against Hamas and began military operations in southern Gaza. While Mr. Modi called for ensuring regular humanitarian supplies to the Palestinian population, he did not call for a ceasefire. UN Secretary General made a strong appeal to end hostilities, calling the situation in Gaza an epic humanitarian catastrophe. Prime Minister emphasized on India's support for a two-state solution and early and durable resolution of Israel-Palestinian issue through dialogue and diplomacy. Manufacturing sector activity rebounded slightly in November from October's 8-month low pace as per the seasonally adjusted S&P Global India Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index that rose to 56 from 55.5. But positive sentiment among the firms dropped to the lowest level in 7 months. New orders improve at a better pace than October's one-year low, but the uptick in export orders is slowest since June. Firms' outlook on future prospects remains favorable in November, but overall positive sentiment slips to 7-month low. That was all for today. Stay tuned to our channel for standardizing your civil services preparations. Thank you.